Okay, you guys, I wanted to show you um, something that happens many times in the billing is that you go to a delivery at, let's say, 11 o'clock at night, and you don't get around to putting the information into the computer until after midnight the next night. So you have two different dates, and believe it or not, the 11 o'clock is on day, let's say, the 28th. You don't get to input the information until the 29th, but the information that you want is, you really do want it on the 28th. So how do you do that? So I'm going to create a new patient, and let's just finish that. Yes. Okay. I'm going to create this baby who was born on the 28th, and let's say he was born by C-section. Again, I input the medical record number, and we're going to put this as custom encounter. We're going to put this as an encounter and make it a custom encounter. And remember, I said in one of my previous ones, you don't have to capitalize the first one. I don't know why, but you don't, because when you go to the next place, it will come up as capitalized. And we're saying this baby was born yesterday because we're inputting it on the 29th, and because they can't tell whether custom is a boy or a girl, they're asking you the sex. Usually, if you put in baby boy, it'll be male, baby girl, etc. Now, I want to add this because it's a new patient. I want to add it to the whole thing. My social security number is incomplete or missing. Is that okay? Yes. Now, this is the tricky part here. It says there are no patient encounters, and do you want to add a new encounter? If you say yes, the encounter will come up as being on the date that you input it. Okay, so today is the 29th. If I click yes, I will get an encounter that says the 29th. I want an encounter that says the 28th. How do I go about this? I'm going to put no. I don't want a new encounter. Now I'm stuck. So how do I get a custom encounter, which is basically an encounter that you make after the fact? Okay, so let's go up to File, and we'll go to New, and we go to Custom Encounter. Okay, so a custom encounter is when you want to put in an encounter on a different date than the date that you're putting it in. Okay, and I want this custom encounter to be on the 28th. And what time? I usually just pick a time that's after the baby's birth. That's always nice. Um, it's 11:39 right now on the 29th. It'll give me that time, but let's say it's 7:39. Okay. This is my custom encounter on the 28th. And so after I click OK, you will see that up here will appear an encounter that has the 28th. Now, I have a lot of people, docs come to me when I say make a custom encounter for a few days back and write in something that you forgot to write into your note. And people are uncomfortable in doing that. And I can see, you're not changing the note that was written because that note is already locked. What you're doing is you're writing an addendum. Okay? So if, let's say, this were for several days back, when you do that addendum, it'll come up as being on that date, but on the bottom of the printed note will be the date that it was printed. Okay, so it's really you're signing it on a date that is different than the date that it was created for. And you could always put in your note, this is an addendum to the note that was written on X day. Okay. Well, we're not in that case. We just made a custom encounter for yesterday. And how do I get into this encounter? Again, I go down here. I go into my master. And now I can put in whatever I want into this encounter. Let's say it's a subsequent day. All right. So this has been um, how to create a custom encounter for a date that is different than the date that you are inputting information. And the usual reason I put it in is because I'm doing an admission. It's asking me, is this a new admission? I'm going to say no. Um, an admission that was done prior to midnight, but I'm getting around to writing it at midnight. This can also be a subsequent day note if you haven't gotten to your notes during the daytime that you getting to them at 2 o'clock in the morning. Unfortunate for you, but it can be done into the computer. All right. So I'm not going to go through this. I just want to give you little sound bites here on how to take care of this. What you do again to make a custom encounter, you go to New, you go to Custom Encounter, you click the you click here to figure out what day you want to put it in and what time you want to put it in, and then you push OK. All right. I'm going to say goodbye.